There's a new king of beer sales here. So new data shows that Bud Light has been dethroned by Modelo. This is data as of this year of date. So right now we're seeing that Modelo has 8.34% market share in the U.S. at retail locations like stores and bodegas, and Bud Light's at 8.28%. Now, that's a slight sort of difference there, but it's the first time that Modelo has taken over for Bud and potentially for the whole year. We'll see. But Bud has been the king for the last 2 decades, so it's kind of sort of a dethroning here. The guard is changing here. Josh, we've been following this story for a while now. We've been seeing that recent trends have been showing that Modelo has been winning in July and August and June. So we're not surprised it finally happened, but I think it's still kind of hard for Bud Light to see that actually happen.
To me, the most surprising thing is if you went back to April and you asked me to predict who would pass Bud Light if this was going to happen. I don't know about you guys. I would not have picked Modelo.
No.
I would have picked Coors or Miller Lite, right? And I don't know if Coors Light and Miller Lite are sort of sharing some of the market gain here because those beers taste a little bit more similar than Modelo does maybe to Bud Light. But I just found that I think that's the biggest takeaway for me here. It's just like I had no idea that Modelo was the next favorite beer in America to begin with.
Is that a light beer? Is it
Yeah,
similar?
I mean, I think it tastes similar in some ways, right?
I don't think it's a light beer, right? I think it's like a very normal lager.
Yeah, I don't know what the calories are on it, which would be an interesting breakdown when you think about trends.
Larger point, you're absolutely right. I mean, who would have thought Modelo?
Yeah, I just like that was the biggest. I was like, I remember when it first happened in the monthly data back in June, I was like, Modelo, I wouldn't have thought of that.
Yeah.
I like a Modelo. Lime, not bad.
I mean, you're talking about trends, and I just think consumers, they want something different. I've said it before in this roundtable how I think Bud Light tastes like water. Like, there's just no taste. Miller Lite, Coors Light, they're all the same to me. They just, maybe I'm just scarred from, college. Who knows?
Yeah.
But I do
Well, that was Natty Light, and that tastes worse.
Oh, Natty Light, forget it. But yeah, and we're seeing liquor become more and more popular. That's gaining market share, just as ready-to-drink cocktails, those types of things, I think, for convenience purposes. And also, I think about calories. I feel like people are choosing more wisely, I guess you could say.
Well, you referenced the liquor stats. That was from a Gallup poll out today, now saying 31% of people prefer liquor. That's above 29% responding and saying they prefer wine. Now, beer is still leading that with 37%.
I think because beer is easy.
But I think the tick up in liquor to me probably is a caloric intake thing, right? You can drink it neat, just on ice. If you drink the right kind of booze, there's really not that much sugar in it, right? Like, depending if you're trying to be weight conscious or however, dietary, right? You can do that with liquor, which is why I think you've also seen the ready-to-drink cocktails pick up too, right? And that seems to be, if you're Anheuser-Busch, maybe your solution to your problem here is, can you build some kind of RTD drink that gets really popular, or sort of get into that space, right?
But
I mean, I think just real quick, the wrinkle here for this story for me always has been the fact that I can't believe the boycott, the controversy, the people who are upset about Bud Light, that's lasted so long. I think that's the staying power of this potential boycott is sort of talking to me like, making me think about like other brands that could be a risk if they do something kind of that alienates a big broad swath of their users.
Yeah, I think a lot of people out there just keep remembering things, right? People don't forget things sometimes maybe as quick as we think that they do.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, right.